The going has not been very good for you in India. You know, you've been doing really well here. Let's say about 2.5, 3 years ago, it was really a brand, only second to Nokia, if I'm not mistaken. But post that, the journey has been rather rough.
We had a drop in 2009. We're on the way back up. We have refocused our strategy. We're building a new strategy to go into smartphones. And with Android smartphones, we are now number 2, having a 90% share. So I think we're on the way back.
When you analyze, regions and, the entire universe as a whole, where do you think Sony Ericsson, dropped the ball? What
happened was that the world kind of shifted towards the US and California, and most of the smartphones came out of there. Traditionally, as you know, then Sweden and Finland, the Nordic countries, were very stronghold for telecommunications as such. Yeah, we're fighting that back and getting back up to 12% global market share on Android. We will focus more on the places where the growth opportunities are. India is one of these opportunities. We believe that smartphones will really take off over the next 4 or 5 years in India. The 3G networks being rolled out, and we see this as a great opportunity, and it's going to be one of our key markets as well. What's your positioning going to be in the smartphone space? Are you looking at very premium, elitist? Are you looking at going mass? What's your strategy going forward? We try to have products for all price bands. So we have a lower price band, we have a medium price band, and we have a higher price band. So we try to do all three. Android is making that possible. So obviously then we provide different feature sets for different type of consumers. A lot of research has actually shown, for instance, products like Apple, right? You might actually have a product that is better than that of Apple's, but they have entered a zone of cult following. Don't you see that as a big hindrance? And what are you doing from your end to ensure that you can draw your customers and your consumers back into the fold and at least get that kind of following back? I think it's a very good question. I think we have, with this one, the RKS is the best smartphone in the world. We are very shy. Swedish culture, Japanese culture, don't normally shout as loud as we should do about our products, and we will up our marketing and be much stronger in telling the consumers actually how good our devices are, and we have not been doing enough of that, and we will step up in that respect and turn up the volume on how we communicate. I mean, we want to be the most entertaining smartphone. India is an entertaining market. Bollywood is here. TV is appreciated. That fits our values well. It's a youth market. We're very strong in youth, have been strong in youth. So I think that will serve us very well over the next years. Just give me your, what your plan is and which markets will be your focus in, let's say, the next 5 years, where you stand today and how you plan to take it to whatever targets you've set yourself. We will be number 1 in Android. That's our target. It will happen over the next couple of years. We're addressing the US. We're working hard in the US to get in. Coming to the other portfolio you handle, which is essentially sales, what are the kind of issues you face when it comes to sales and distribution? And how would you critically evaluate yourself in emerging markets and the more advanced markets in the West? The markets are very different. If you look in the US, for instance, it's an operator-driven market, and it's a subsidized market. The operators basically throw in a couple of $100 for each and every phone that you sign up for 2 to 3 years. Europe is a 50-50, and Asia is a more retailer-driven market. So obviously then to work together with the distributors, with retailers, build a network out in India to cover the big cities, cover the smaller cities, one by one, and making good business for the retailers. So how would you look at your penetration currently in India? How would you evaluate it? We don't have enough penetration currently. We're building it out. We're doing it basically day by day, so we're getting broader in our penetration. We'll start with obviously the bigger cities, and we do that first, and then eventually when we have covered that and when we have the results in those cities, we will take it further on. We will have different type of stores. We will obviously cover the whole distribution spectrum we have Sony style stores. There are other bigger retailers and distributors, and there are smaller retailers and distributors. We will work with all. Would you agree the biggest problem you're currently facing is differentiation, and unless that is addressed immediately,
you're going to have a tough time with the other players who are in the same space as you.
Well, we have a really, really good differentiation story, but we haven't been able to explain it well enough. Coming back to the turn it up, coming back to shout out a little bit louder. That's why I bring up my phone a couple of times here as well, to share that with everybody.
How will this whole transition from Sony Ericsson to Sony be? What's the plan there?
When you look at it from a sales and marketing point of view, I want to sell more. So obviously how I can use the Sony channels around the world is a good thing for me to use. How I can sell more Sony products in my channels is another good thing that I can do. And then the other big thing we're going to do is the rebranding, obviously, of the company into the Sony family.
Thank you so much, Kristian. Truly a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you.